So, good afternoon again, Sir EJ. Good afternoon to my classmates. Kala ko kanina naka-record na ako. 26 minutes yun siya. Tapos naka-timelapse pala. Sayang talaga. Kaiyak man to siya, uy. Wait lang. Sige, mag-start tayo ulit. Wait lang. Sabi ko na talaga. Wait lang. Check ko na ulit kung naka-play yan siya. Okay na. Kasi baka naman, ano na naman tayo sa time-lapse. Kala ko naka-record na siya, naka-time-lapse pala. Okay, wait lang. Start tayo ulit. So, bit disappointed. Disappointed. Okay na siya. I cannot see anything. Madilim naman. Ano makikita ko dito? Okay na, start again. So, magsisimula tayo ulit kasi yung previous video ko, kala ko okay na, naka-timelapse pala. Naka-timelapse. Ay, no. Sige. Parket tayo. Move on. So, by the way, I am Annalyn Macapili and this is what I have understood from our lessons from chapter 1 to 3. So, let's start in the discourse community. So, here in the discourse community, this is how we use the language in a specific context or in a context. How we communicate, interact with other people or different people. So, diba, we have this discourse in each group, diba? If here in a community, iba yung way of discourse nila, sa kabila iba yung way of discourse nila, diba? Yung teachers, they have this specific communication or how they communicate or use the language sa isang community. Sila ganito, parang sila nagkakaintindihan sila doon. Then sa students naman, iba din yung discourse ng student, how we use the language, yung tone, the accent, and everything. It really differs. When we are also talking to our friends or casual convo lang with our friends, we also have this discourse. Sometimes we use code names, secret names, parang yung mga alis-alis na ginagamit natin if we are talking or referring to someone so that other people would not understand or know who are we talking to or who is the person that we are talking about. So, gumagamit ng mga code names, yung selection of words, yung mga names. We have this parang yung circle of friends lang natin or yung the people whom we know, they are just the one who can understand what we mean or what we are trying to say. For example, in our circle of friends, my circle of friends. So, we have these terminologies that we only understand. I mean, only those who are part of the circle or of the group can understand what we are trying to say. For example, meron tayong duty and attendance. For the duty, meaning to say, pagsasabihin kong, I cannot go later. I mean, parang ganun siya. Kasi, may duty ako. Meaning to say, we're not referring to the duty to trabaho. It specifically, meaning, yung sa discourse namin dito sa community namin, sa circle of friends, it means, it's state. Then, another naman is yung attendance. When we say attendance, we mean, in our circle of friends, it means that we need to hang out together with our friends. That's the term that we are using na in somehow other people wouldn't understand what we're trying to say, because if they hear these words or terms that we are using, they might think, meron palang attendance or meron pala siyang duty, may trabaho pala siya, which is very different sa interpretation nila dito sa understanding or shared knowledge namin sa loob ng community namin yung dito. So, here kasi sa in a discourse community, the way we use the language, the way we speak to other people varies. Depending kasi to whom are we talking, what is the place, what is the context. And then, let's move forward sa speech community naman. Sa speech community, here in speech community, this is the use of a group of people the same language. Yun yung tawag dito sa speech community. Meaning to say, pero hindi pa rin siya matatawag na speech community talaga if there is no interaction. Of course, according kasi sa study ni, I think it's Paul Skira, I guess. Sabi niya doon na yung sa speech community, even though they speak the same language, it requires open interaction, not OPEN. It's OFTEN. Like, madalas na interaction nila or paggamit ng language. Which is, they can really practice that. And then, the selection of words, selection of choice or choice of language, diba? Here in a discourse, we have this, choice of words, how we are going to use the words. Sometimes the accent, the tone of our voice differs from one person to another person. Syempre, depende yun siya sa ties or relationship natin. If we have this very close relationship, of course, how we talk to them is very sweet, caring, kalmado. And then, if we are going to speak with other people or to strangers, of course, diba, medyo para tayong medyo parang vigilant, not literal na vigilant, parang we are very conscious on how are we going to speak with them. Baka kasi masaktan sila, ma-misinterpret nila yung sinasabi natin, o ma-misunderstand nila. Something like that, which parang nagbabalik talaga siya. So, sa part ko naman, pag as a student, as a female, so, how I talk to other people differs na talaga ako. Parang different talaga how I use the language, because me as a Chabacano speaker, I use it too when I'm speaking to elders, to older people. And then, yung ikaw, I really use it when I'm speaking to my friends. Most of the time, I use also the itu when I'm going to address someone. Like, onde to anda. And also the ustedes or con ustedes. But, I never use the vos otros, even though it is a respectful way of communicating in Chabacano language. I really use it because most of the time, those who are very traditional, or yung parang yung mga matatanda talaga, they are the one who use the vos otros, that term. So, yung ebo naman, which is parang very siya, which is acceptable naman in some point. We use it when we're communicating with younger ones. But for my part, I'm not using that because for me, I don't want to offend, because I treasure the relationship, the connection, because I want to build this connection or identity na mabait ako. Char. Hindi naman siya char lang na parang nagsi-char ako na mabait ako, but I really wanted to be to be a good person. Then next tayo doon kay Tan. Yung kay Tan, sa study ni Tan, doon sa, I think sa chapter 1 to siya. Basta according sa kanya, yung mga teenagers, they use slang words, slang terms, parang to exclude other people, to make the conversation more private, 'di ba? Yung mga teenagers, they have this using words or language na parang they are the only one who can understand it, para ma-exclude nila yung ibang tao, which is in some way or somehow very helpful din, 'di ba? If we don't want other people to hear what we are trying to say, to understand what we are trying to say, gumagamit tayo ng mga code names, mga secret names, ito siya, ito yung niya, ito yung tawag natin sa kanya na pag mention ko tong word na to, meaning to say na understand na siya. So, here kasi sa discourse, dapat kasi meron tayong shared knowledge to whom we are talking to. Because it's very important. Alangan naman, you're going to speak afterwards, something like that, like this, then rant ka na, and then, yung kausap mo pala, they do not understand what you're trying to say. They're parang useless din. So, that is why parang very talaga siya. Yung discourse, it's very important and very very grabe, wide and And somehow, very interesting talaga yung subject na to. So, another thing is yung act of identity naman, di ba? Yung act of identity here, parang the way we use the language in a specific context, of course, di ba? Yung binibuild natin yung identity natin, di ba? Para masasayaw siya, ay, saan siya? I mean, that person is very respectful person because know how we use the language, or he or she use the language, parang respectful yung tone niya. So, parang yung ako identity natin doon. So, yung meron din tayo yung online identity mo, 'di ba? We have this identity online and yung sa personal life sa real world na. 'Di ba yung sa sa RPW, or also known as role play world, which is kasali naman ako. Na it's on Facebook actually, na how we communicate there, yung we type text, yung mga text na ginagamit natin doon, yung discourse natin doon is very different. Sometimes like we have these shortcuts of words, yung letters. Parang the people who belong on that certain, parang siya, parang, di ba, pag belong ka dito sa RPW, parang you are part of this community. So, naiintindihan mo yung mga sinasabi nila, yun doon. Kahit yung mga words is very short, parang yung mga, lang siya, parang letter lang siya, maintindihan mo yun siya. Parang way of using the language, or using the language, yes. Iba siya doon sa RPW and sa real world. Diba? Sa real world natin, we use like complete sentences, so that other people would easily understand us, may interpret nila yung sinasabi natin, and then conscious tayo sa mga sa mga action natin, and then ano pa ba yung mga need natin pag-usapan? Of course, yung yung multiplicity of identity, 'di ba? Nagiging multiple yung identity natin, depende kasi on to whom we are talking to. If there are elders or older people, 'di ba? How we talk to them is in a very respectful manner. Sa mga professionals, I mean to the higher medyo parang meron siyang, alam mo yun, parang may position, higher position, like teachers. Parang the way we communicate with them is very different kasi medyo respectful, mag-greet tayo, good morning ma'am, good morning sir. Parang very talaga yung tone natin, very respectful. Which is very hindi rin naman which is very different. Which is kakaiba talaga siya. Pagkausap lang natin yung mga friends natin, casual convo or conversation, di ba? The way we use the language, it doesn't require naman na maging respectful talaga tayo. Basta, the main goal lang here, when we're talking or having casual convo with our friends, like, yung communication, ma-deliver, maintindihan ng listener what they're trying to say, something like that. Ano pa ba? Let's move forward sa ideology, I guess. Yes, sa ideology naman. Pag-uusapan natin yung ideology wherein this here daw sa ideology according kay Sir Pogi, kay Sir EJ, sabi niya yung yung ideology, yung collective, I think it's a collective belief of particular group of people, 'di ba? 'Di ba pag collective belief of particular group of people, example to yun dito yung Pilipino, 'di ba? After we graduate, example, after I graduate, diba, people are expecting, I think my own family, I guess, they will expect me to have, kaagad na job, magkaroon kaagad ng trabaho, earn money, and then provide them the needs, like, the basic needs, to give them, not naman to give necessary, like money, like in a way, like, ma-repay natin yung mga sacrifices na ginawa nila para sa atin, kaya we reach this point, parang kaya tayo nandito ngayon because of them. Parang yung ideology, para siyang belief siya ng mga tao, parang pinaniniwalaan. Another thing, sabi ni Sir AJ, yung pagkain daw, na if you did not, although no naman siya sa lahat, pero na-remind lang ni Sir AJ na sabi niya na if you are not the one who bought the food, meaning to say, yung dapat aware ka or conscious ka kung paano mo kakainin yung pagkain. Siyempre, alangan, ubusin mo yung pagkain. Nakakaya naman kasi, diba? Then, yung last piece of yung food talaga, diba? Ideology ng Pilipino, ayaw nila kunin kasi nahihiya. Very Filipino talaga, diba? Yung mga ideologies natin, grabe. Another thing, ano pa ba yung mga pag-uusapan natin? Yung yung foregrounding, backgrounding, and presupposition. Yung foregrounding naman, di ba yung sa foregrounding, parang ine-emphasize natin yung something. Yung something, di ba? Example daw, sabi ni Sir AJ, di ba, if a Muslim killed a person, actually, sino man, di ba, if yung Muslim yung pumatay, sasabihin talaga sa news, isang Muslim pinatay niya ang ganito ito. Di ba, parang, yun yung foregrounding, parang ini-emphasize talaga, which is in some point, no, para siyang discrimination, parang grabe naman to sila, di ba, pag Muslim yung yung pumatay, parang ini-emphasize talaga, yung Muslim yung pumatay, pero pag lang siya, pag Christian lang, hindi sinabi na, isang Christian, pinatay niya ang ganito. Di ba? Which is very different talaga yung way of selection of words or pagpapabalita. Yun yung foregrounding. Like we're emphasizing something. Sa backgrounding naman, ito yung yung opposite, the opposite one. If yung foregrounding is emphasizing or emphasizing, dito sa backgrounding, we're trying to de-emphasizing dito. Parang meaning to say, hindi na talaga yung konting information na yung sinasabi mo, parang medyo medyo tagilid. Ay, hindi man siya tagilid. Like, medyo na talaga siya whole. Diba? Like, yung sa foregrounding, yung master yung pumatay. Yung sa backgrounding, sinabi lang kung ilan yung pinatay. Yun yung sinabi kung sino yung pumatay. Yun yung sabi ni Sir AJ. Nalala ko yun. And another yung presupposition, diba? Yung parang, meron kang assumed knowledge, diba? Pag example, sinabi yung ganyan, no? Diba? Ay, ano ba yung term na sinabi? Parang nanganak si ganito. Ay, buntis siya. Parang something ganyan. May mga term na parang na-assume natin based sa sinabi ng previous. Yung previous na sinabi ng isang tao. Na-assume natin yun. Yun pala. Yun yung presupposition. Then, proceed na tayo sa iba kasi medyo mahaba-haba to siya. Yung gender and sexuality naman. Diba yung gender, yung male and female, we have different na naman tayo. Yung gender, yung male and female, male communicate differently. Yung choice of language, choice of words, yung tone of voice, yung accent very different from females. Diba, females are expected to be polite, sweet lang sila. Sweet yung pagsasalita nila. Parang dalagang Pilipinas sila. Yun expected sa mga female. Then yung sa mga ombre and sa mga male, medyo parang masculine sila. Parang yung tone nila, sa pagkasabi nila, medyo matigas, duro. So, in somehow, like someone na, somehow na may misunderstand ng iba, diba? Pag magsasalita na yung lalaki, sometimes akala natin galit na, yun pala nagsasalita lang pala. Diba? Ganun siya. Diba? Then another, proceed tayo sa maxims, I guess. Bago tayo sa maxims, punta muna tayo doon kay nalala ko yung pangalan niya, yung Simone de Beauvoir. Yung Simone de Beauvoir. Yung beautiful na spelling ng beautiful, yung view, yun yung spelling ng Beauvoir. Then yung reservoir, V-O-I-R. So, V-E-A-U, Beauvoir. V-O-I-R. I think it's his surname, I guess. Yun sa kanya yung performativity, sabi niya dun. Like, diba how we perform the language? Parang what we say, we're performing it. Something like that na parang in a way na parang natin. Kung ano yung sinasabi natin, pinaperform natin. Diba? Sometimes, if you say something, diba? Siyempre, you're expected to do it. Then, proceed tayo, ano pa ba? Sa maxims. Diba yung maxims? Very important kasi ito yung maxims. Kasi dito kasi sa maxims, no? Yung, dito. Meron tayong 4. Yung quality, quantity, relation, and manner. Sa quality, meaning to say you're being truthful. Diba? Pag may sinabi ka na, sinabi mo, I love you, I care for you. So, meaning to say, you need to mean it. Dapat, yung sinabi mo, totoo siya. Hindi siya joke-joke lang. Dapat, huwag kang mag-joke. Kasi dito sa quality, ano yung quality? Ano talaga yung sinabi mo? Dapat i-mean mo yun. Meaning to say, if you say something, dapat gawin mo. Huwag kang huwag mo talikuran kung ano yung sinabi mo. Yun yung quality. Punta naman tayo sa quantity. So, sa quantity, sabi ni Sir AJ, sabi ni Pogi, ni Sir AJ, yung ano ba yun sabi niya? Yung informative but not more than enough. Meaning to say, parang, sa quantity, meron siyang information. Sakto yung information, pero dapat hindi magsobra. So, parang kung may sasabihin ka, dapat yung sasabihin mo, yung totoo, yung sakto lang. Hindi ka pwede magdagdag ng ano. You cannot add another information that is not that is not included. Yun yung quantity. Then, third naman is ano pa ba? Yung relation, dapat yung sasabihin mo is relevant sa previous na sinabi mo. So, meaning, there is really a connection. And then, lastly is yung manner. Yung sa manner naman is being clear. Diba? Clear ka. Dapat walang mixed signal. So, meaning to say, dapat kung may inano ka, dapat gawin mo yun. Dapat wala talaga mixed signal, ha? Huwag mo pasahin yung tao. My goodness, huwag mo gawin yun. It's very bawal. Masakit kaya. Saktan mo yung tao, diba? So, ano pa ba yung mga pinag-usapan natin? Yung ano ba yun? Yung isa, wait lang ha, yung may linguistic, wait lang. May overlapping kasi yung isa. Yung parang yung linguistic something. Linguistic ba yun? No, hindi siya linguistic. Para siyang infringement. Something like infringement. Yung sa infringement naman, something like lacks the linguistic capacity daw. Oo. Lacks the linguistic capacity na yung na, ano ba to? Parang aware ka naman. What I mean, yung sa, break tayo, sa infringement, what I mean there, diba, is yung if you don't have the intention to deceive someone or other person, it's just the fact that you lack the linguistic capacity. Parang wala ka bang parang hindi ka aware. It's either hindi mo alam paano explain. Parang, yung problem talaga doon, nag-aaray siya sa language. Parang wala kang ability na gamitin yung language. Meron kang ability, pero yung capacity mo ba na to meaningfully, effectively use the language, yun yung naging problem doon. And another is overlapping. Diba yung sa overlapping, too much information? Like, you share too much information which is no longer true na pala. Yung share ka ng information, tapos layo lang pala yun. Ano pala yun siya? Walang katotohanan. Yun na yun. Then, proceed tayo sa flouting. Diba sa flouting naman, dito sa flouting, parang we use the gesture, the facial expression, which is, it really requires, kung sino yung kausap mo, to whom you are speaking to, dapat magets nila kaagad what you're trying to say, dapat ma-interpret, ma-comprehend nila, kung ano yung, sinabi mo, it's either short lang talaga yung answer na binigay mo, na which they need to interpret kung ano talaga minimean mo, or it's either like facial expression or gesture lang na ginawa mo, na which is parang siya. Here kasi sa flouting, no, hindi kasi it did not follow the maxim. Hindi niya napa-follow yung maxim. But here in flouting, the person do not intend, wala siyang intention na i-deceive yung tao dito sa flouting. Ito yung dito sa flouting. Wala siyang intention na i-deceive yung tao. It's just that here sa flouting, no, yung tao talaga mismo, hindi niya lang talaga ng paano. Parang understanding siya na parang magets niya kagad kung ano yung minimin ng other party. Yun yung sa flouting. Ano pa ba iba? Yung rules and principles naman na pag-usapan natin. Yung rules and principles, which is very different. When we say rules, meaning to say, these are the guidelines or instructions na dapat i-follow natin. Meaning to say, pag rules, strictly dapat i-follow natin. Yung naman, yung principle namin, it varies kasi each person or people have different principle. So, even though parang tama siya, pero mali naman talaga siya, yung conscience mo. So, parang meron siyang ganon, yung sa principle, parang fina-follow kung ano yung conscience mo, kung ano yung pinaniniwalaan mo personally. Yung sa'yo talaga, personal belief mo, yung paninindigan mo on something. That's the rules and the principle. Ano pa ba iba yun ng mga napag-usapan natin? Yung pragmatics, nalala ko yung kay Natnat. Yung meron tayong situational, meron tayong background, and the contextual. Yung sa situational, kung ano yung yung nakikita mo sa surrounding, yun yung situational. Then sa background naman, kung ano yung shared common knowledge mo. Which requires naman na dapat yung sino kausap mo, yung group mo dito, yung sa isang community kayo, 'di ba? Dapat na ano nila, naiintindihan nila. Meron kayong background knowledge kung ano yung mga pinag-uusapan nyo. Last is yung contextual naman, ano siya? Yung sa contextual naman, yung parang, ano yung previous na sinabi mo, yung next na sasabihin mo, maintindihan nyo nila. I mean, like, parang, dito, same pa rin siya. Dapat meron kayong common understanding, common knowledge pa rin siya. Pero dito sa context kasi, sa contextual, parang it requires lang na dapat alam mo kung dapat you are aware what he or she said previously para kung ano yung susunod na sasabihin niya. Yun pala tinutukoy niya. Kasi sabi niya kanina ito. 'Di ba? For example, nabasag yung laptop. Sabi niya, nabasag yung laptop. Then, sinabi niya na ulit, hindi ko na alam paano to i-fix. Ganon. Hindi ko na alam paano yun i-fix. Diba yung sinabi niya doon, hindi ko na alam paano yun i-fix. Magets mo na siya kagad na yung tinutukan niya is yung laptop based sa previous statement na sinabi niya. So, parang nagigets naman natin, diba, sir? Sir EJ, nagigets mo naman, diba? Kasi example mo naman to, diba? So, another naman, doon tayo sa Felicity of condition. Sa felicity of condition naman dito, dapat, yung ano mo, yung dito naman is yung use of language. So, yung information dapat, dapat right person, hindi siya pwede wrong time. Right person, wrong time. Sa music, iba siya. Dito kasi sa felicity of condition, dapat sa right person, right place, right time. So, meaning to say here, sa felicity of condition, dapat ma-meet mo yun siya. Yung right person, right time, right place. Kasi pag hindi, so may misfire mo yun siya. Misfire. Sabi sa module, nabasa ko lang, na misfire mo yun siya. So, example, if I was invited, sinabihan ako ni Ralph. Sabi ni Ralph, "Oh, Ivy, you're invited to my wedding." O, diba? Yung felicity of condition, since ako lang in-invite, meaning to say, ano gagawin natin? Meaning to say, I'm going to attend that event. Pero it doesn't allow, but I'm not allowed na mag-invite ng ibang kasama ko, ng friends ko na like, punta tayo doon kasi in-invite ako. Dapat, kung ikaw lang sinabihan, ikaw lang. O, diba? Yung felicity of condition, dapat ma-meet mo yun siya. Another thing naman daw, nalala ko talaga sabi ni Sir AJ, yung sa party, 'di ba? Dapat mag-dress ka properly na party. Dapat yung felicity of condition na sinabi na formal yung dress, dapat yung pagpunta mo doon, dapat kung ano yung mo, dapat ma-meet mo yun siya. Dapat hindi ka nagpunta doon na parang ikaw lang yung kakaiba yung yung outfit mo doon. That's the felicity of condition. Ano pa ba iba? Yung mga natin. Kasi madami kasi ako sinabi kanina doon sa isang video. Tapos, pala siya, naka time-lapse pala siya. Sayang talaga. Ano pa ba iba na hindi natin napag-usapan? Wait lang, ha? Let me think. Yung pragmatics na pag-usapan na natin. Felicity, maxim, flouting. Yun yung pinaka-importante dito, diba? Ano lang siya, for me siguro reminders na lang. Or advice na lang, no? Since our subject is this course, we need to be, culturally aware, personally be conscious, the way we use the language, dapat at the right time, dapat yung how we use the language, dapat in a correct context talaga, in context talaga. Kasi sometimes, diba, pag mag-joke ka sa tao, tapos hindi niya pala nagigets kung ano yung joke mo, diba, parang useless lang rin. Kaya dito sa discourse, dapat we need to be aware kung gagamitin ng language. Pag gagamitin natin yung language, we need to be conscious and aware sa mga surrounding natin. Kasi sometimes, if we're talking something specific here in our group, and then yung minimin pala natin dito is iba than yung naintindihan nila, or what they have interpreted is iba din. Parang nila, mami-misunderstand nila tayo, diba? That's why we need to be aware. And also, yung how we use the language. Munti ko makalimutan yung nasabi ko na ba yung sexuality, yung male and female, iba yung ano nila, in the way they communicate. Pag male, yung boses, yung tone, yung selection of words. Pag female, sweet, soft daw, kunwari, dalagang Pilipina. And then yung lastly pala yung politeness, muntik ko na talaga makalimutan. Dito naman sa politeness naman dito, politeness something, strategy something. Ano siya sa politeness, parang, di ba, pagkausap natin yung professional, yung may, I mean, not man literal na professional talaga yung mga teachers, yung ibang tao, like strangers, that who we do not know. Di ba? Medyo respectful tayo. Like, careful talaga tayo sa mga wordings natin kasi baka ma-open pala siya. Tapos yung minimin natin, yung akala natin okay lang, na-open na pala siya. Nag-iba na pala yung paningin niya sa atin. Yun yung sa politeness. Then, di ba, pag kausap natin yung mga ka-same age, di ba, iba din yung the way we communicate, yung mga casual lang. And then, pag-kausap natin yung mga ano yung mas bata sa atin, diba, iba din, more on parang medyo medyo more relax, more, more relax, parang more soft tayo, very soft tayo pag mga bata o kausap natin. And then, people also will identify yung yung our gender, aside from gender, our ethnicity or ethnic background, our age, depending kasi sa mga terms na ginagamit natin, di ba? Pag may mga terms na millennial, yung millennial lang nakakaintindi. Yung mga Gen Z, yung mga may mga terms, tayo lang nakakaintindi. So, ma-identify talaga ng isang tao na, siya Gen Z yan siya kasi nagamit niya yung mga words or terms na to. Millennial siya kasi medyo medyo, parang iba yung niya, yung use of language niya. Parang ganun siya. Ito, very oldie siya kasi hindi niya nagigets. Something like that. Tapos yung gender naman, di ba? Pag malalaman mo yung isang tao na, bata siya. Bata siya kasi nag-a-address siya ng itu, itu, ustedes, vosotros, something like that. Then, malalaman mo na, ito siya, matanda siya. Kasi, yung kausap niya, nag-ebo-ebo lang siya. Meaning to say, matanda siya, kinakausap niya yung mas bata sa kanya. Something like that, yung sa Chabacano talaga. Alam niyo naman, pag Chabacano, very vulgar. I mean, vulgar. Parang yung, not very sila sa wordings nila. Very, yung mga wordings sometimes, nag-curse-curse sila. Mga Chabacano, which is very pangit. And then, lastly, yung ethnicity naman, diba? Sometimes, yung accent natin, yung tone, diba? Pag Bisaya, nadadala yung language, kahit mag-use ka ng English, ma-identify, ito Bisaya to siya. Kasi, example, yung sasabihin mo, the word is never, tapos makasabi ka ng never. So, diba? Bisaya siya. Pero, okay avoid tayo ng avoid discrimination. I mean, we should avoid discriminating other people naman. Dapat aware tayo. Lastly na lang talaga yung politeness and yung face-threatening acts. Yung politeness, yung sabi ko nga, yung how we communicate differs. Depende talaga sino kausap natin. Yung face-threatening acts naman, sino naman may gusto, diba? Yung mapagsabihan kayo in public, diba? Masasaktan mo, open ka. Example, kayo, nasa stage kayo, ganyan. Then sinabi ng teacher, ka man, bakit hindi ka marunong, diba? That's maraming audience. Nasa public places tayo, diba? Yun yung face-threatening action. Parang natatakot ka na parang masisira yung reputation mo or yung identity mo as a person. Parang ano sasabihin nila sa akin kasi ganito yung sinasabi sa akin. Parang ganun siya, yung parang nasa-threaten yung identity mo o yung pagkatao mo. Hindi siya physical harm. Pero siya emotional harm and social harm. Kasi yung sa'yo, yung impact sa'yo, parang nakakahiya talaga, di ba? Yung face-threatening acts. So, I think that would be all, I guess. Basta here lang sa reminder na lang or advice na lang siguro. Ang masasabi ko lang, parang yung maging takeaway ko talaga, I think we're in somehow, not just somehow, kasi totoo naman siya, diba? Sa discourse natin, we need to be, sabi ko nga kanina, extra careful kasi hindi natin ka-close yung lahat ng tao. In some case lang talaga, dapat very tayo. Kasi not all people familiar tayo or acquainted tayo sa kanila. Kaya, yung discourse natin, tayo na lang. I mean, we need to use the language appropriately, effectively, and meaningfully. Ganun siya. Of course, dapat in context talaga. Hindi yung maglasang-lasang lang tayo tapos iba na pala yung yung context na pinag-uusapan natin. Yung listener pala natin hindi pala appropriate sa kung ano yung mga pinagsasabi natin, yung mga discourse natin sa sarili nating friends or circle of friends, diba? So, I think that would be all. Thank you. I-open ko na kasi parang medyo nahihilo na tayo. Nahihilo. Sana na-save ko yung video. I mean, sana napindot ko yung button. Wait lang. 35 minutes!